You probably heard people say just use your phone and start filming your YouTube videos. And yes, while it's true, I don't think that's the full story, because usually it's not the phone what stops you, it's what happens in your brain the second you sit down and try to film. In that particular moment, you start to think how you look, how you sound, whether your whole setup is good enough, or maybe you need a better gear, or maybe you just wait a little bit longer. And suddenly something that looks so simple feels way bigger than it sounds. So in this video, I want to show you the both parts. The first is the 3 things that actually matter if you want your video to look cleaner. And the second part, which people don't always talk about, which is how to stop freezing long enough and to press record. Hi, I'm Alina, and on this channel, I'm sharing what's helping me create in a calmer way without overcomplicating the process. And this topic really feels so personal to me, because I clearly remember what it felt like when I was just start filming myself. I remember I was so nervous. I'm not even exaggerating. One short video could take me basically the whole day to prepare for. I felt so stiff, I felt awkward, and sometimes I even felt like a robot, and sometimes I even needed to have my husband behind the camera, so it just felt more natural, like I'm talking to a real person and not just to a lens. So when people say just use your phone and start filming, I understand what they mean, but I also know when you're the one who's sitting right behind that camera and the one who actually trying to do it, it does not always feel that simple. Because usually it's not really the phone. Usually it's overthinking, it's comparison, it's uncertainty. And when you don't really know what matters first, and when you don't know what matters first, that's when your brain starts spiraling. And I think that's why this topic matters more than just a gear. Because yes, people will tell you just use your phone. People will also recommend and tell you what mic to buy, maybe what lights to buy, what camera to buy. But your brain doesn't really care about any of that in the moment. And if you feel exposed, unsure, awkward, and not ready, your brain is trying to protect you. And for a lot of us, that looks like overthinking. So sometimes gear is not really the problem. Sometimes gear is just an excuse that feels easier than being seen. And I'm saying it with a love because trust me, I've done it multiple times too. And while sometimes gear research is very productive, I think most of the time it's our brain trying to protect us from something unknown, unsure, and something that potentially can hurt us. So before we even talk what matters visually, I just want to say this. If you have something you want to share, something helpful, something meaningful, perspective, maybe experience, a hobby, a lesson, gear shouldn't be a reason that you never start. You don't need to be fully ready. You just need enough to get going. And once you get going, that's where you can improve. Also, quick note, if your idea is all over the place and that makes filming even more overwhelming, I have a video where I show how I use a Google Keep to catch ideas fast, and I can also link it down below. Okay, back to this. So once we take the pressure down a little bit, then the question becomes what actually matters most. For me, it really comes down to 3 things. It's light, sound, and stability. And that's it. There's no fancy camera, there's no super expensive gear. It's just few things that make the biggest difference first. So first is the light. And light matters more than people actually think. You can have a decent phone, you can have a decent camera, you can even have a great idea, but if your lighting is very dark or super harsh or just uneven, then your video is going to feel like it's lower quality right away. I literally have like lights right here, but they all turn off right now. And I have my blinds closed, but my curtains is open. So if I can go and stand right next to the window and open my blinds right here, I really want to show you before and after. I can easily stand right here and just film right in front of my window. Isn't that cool? And the good news is that that's one of those things which is super easy to improve. And window can actually do a lot. You can just sit facing a window or even close to a good natural light source. Your video can instantly look way more cleaner. And to be completely transparent with you, when I first started, I didn't even understand anything about lighting. I was just trying things and learn things as I go. But the whole lighting situation is not being perfect. It's just trying things and figuring it out and also making a better choice as you go. So here I want to include some footage for you to see how it looks in a darker setup. As you can see right here, I have my huge light. I have my blinds closed, but my curtains still open, so it's just a little bit pinch of light. So let me turn this one on. Now you can actually see me way more better just because I have my huge light right here. But what if we can turn it off? So here's our light is off and we only have our ring light, which is super nice tripod right here. Really love it. And now you look at me through this ring light versus if I can turn it off. Super dark. You don't need a whole studio setup to start. You don't even need expensive lights to start. You just need to understand that better lights helps way more than people realize. And the second thing is sound. And honestly, I think people will forgive you average video faster than they will forgive you bad audio. Each shelf also has 8 support straps, and they're preventing from twisting or spreading under the heavy-duty loads. So it's a 5 on the top and 3 under. But if your audio sounds more far away, it's more echoey, messy, or a little bit hard to follow, then people click away from your video way faster. And that's how it sounds without microphone. And you can see I have very untreated environment. Let's bring the mic. And here how it sounds with my microphone. So if you decide to spend money on one thing first, I would personally think about sound before I even spend money on a better camera. Because even a basic microphone close to you can help a lot. And even if you don't have a microphone yet, bringing your camera or bringing your phone closer to you already helps a lot. And for right now, I specifically turn off my microphone and I'm leaning super close to my camera so you can actually hear how it sounds when I'm close. And this is how it sounds when I'm farther away from my camera and my microphone is not on. And here I'm turning on my microphone back and you can actually hear the difference because difference is really matter. And it does not need to be fancy. It just needs to be clear so people can comfortably hear you and listen to you. And the third thing is stability, because stable footage is automatically feels more intentional. It feels more calmer, it's more cleaner, and it feels more put together. So here's a little bit shaky footage without any sound and without any lights. I literally have like lights right here, but they all turn off right now. And once again, it does not need to be a fancy. You don't need to have a giant setup, or you don't need to go and find the perfect gimbal or buy the most expensive version of everything. You just need your shot not to feel like it's all over the place. And of course, tripod can help, a small stand can help, a stack of books can help, or even just a regular shelf. So the point is not what you use. The point that a steady footage usually feels better right away. So like, for example, if I can lift it up right now, this feels very, very shaky. And if I go and put it back on my desk, this feels way more stable. And once again, that's one of those small little things what already makes feel everything more intentional. So when people say you can go and start filming with your phone, I do agree with that, but I think the better way to say it, that your phone is usually enough if you understand what matters most. Because if your light is better, your sound is clear, and your shot is more stable, your phone can do a really great job. And nowadays, phones are so good that you don't even need newest or some fanciest device to begin. And depending really on what you're filming, sometimes your phone can even work better than other cameras people assuming are more professional. So again, the point is not chasing the perfect device first. The point is using what you already have, but in a more smarter way. And if later on you decide to upgrade something, this is order I would personally think about. So first, I would go with better sound. The second, I would upgrade the light. And third, something to keep your shot stable. And only after that, I would seriously think about maybe another camera, maybe upgrading it all. But even more expensive camera without those basics still won't fix the actual problems. So what I want you to take from this is super, super simple. If gear has been the reason to keep you waiting, maybe that's not a gear. Maybe you just need a simple place to start. And please, use what you have. Fix a few things, what matters most, and let your first video to be imperfect. That's completely normal. And confidence doesn't show up first. It's usually show up later on and after you start. And I'm saying that as somebody who absolutely did not feel natural at the beginning. I had to learn, I had to practice, and I had to get more comfortable little by little, step by step, and that's normal too. So if there's a video you have been putting off because you feel like your setup is not good enough, tell me in the comments what kind of video it is. And if you already started, even imperfectly, I would love to know that too. And if you want to see how I actually take a video from idea to upload, you can watch this video next. It will help you to keep going without overthinking. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!